Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a vintage Penguin Cygnus small petrol lighter. It's an aluminum block roller lighter. I found this lighter last Friday in an antique mall in South Oklahoma City. I was really surprised to see it. I'm out looking for lighters that I can sell, and I run into the one lighter that I collect, a Penguin Cygnus. So pretty cool. Anyway, I already did a video on this lighter for repairing the snuffer mechanism, and now we're just doing the regular video for it. Very cool old lighter. These are very small. I don't think that the small Cygnus function well enough for me to use one on a regular basis. My hands just aren't strong enough. It's very hard to hold on to with just the couple of fingers that you have available. But nonetheless, as I said, a very cool old lighter, and one that for now is residing in my Cygnus collection. This lighter shows wear, scuffs, dings. You can see where it appears as though that snuffer was open for an extended period of time, or with some real pressure on it or something at one point. So it does have its blemishes. Had a price tag with a piece of twine taped to it when I bought it. Got that cleaned off. Got the rust mostly cleaned off the roller, off the file wheel. And other than that, it didn't need much other than the repair on the snuffer that you have probably already seen and we have already talked about. You can see there, you just don't have, you got like a finger and a half on it. And while this lighter appeared to be what most people would call unstruck, unfired, I think the corrosion on that file wheel is what's making it a little difficult to roll. But I'm gonna mess with it a little bit. I don't like pulling these out if I don't have to, because the green one that I have, when I went to clean out the flint tube, I decided to go ahead and pull the roller off to get to it easier, and when I did, I broke that screw. It's long and slender, and it can break very easily, so I'd prefer not to. I'm going to see if I can work it out. I did pull the wick up. It was a little bit low on fuel after I first fueled it, and it charred a little bit, so I did pull that up and bloom that wick out. You can see it's very reliable. It's just that it's a little bit hard to actuate the mechanism. As I said, it does have scuffs, scrapes, dings. thing about aluminum, I don't really think aluminum dents, at least these aluminum block lighters. Obviously thin aluminum would dent very easily, but these thick pieces of aluminum, maybe you get a ding here and there. This lighter was in that antique store, pretty big one down there. I can't remember what the name of it was. If I did, I'd give them a plug. But it was down there in South Oklahoma City, and it was in one of those little roller carousel machines that over here on the right hand side you got a button to roll up or a button to roll down, and the stuff is just coming this way or coming that way. Trays, sort of like a Ferris wheel. Anyway, and they had a $10 price tag on it, so I said I would take it immediately. It would have been nice if it was a different color that I didn't already have, but it was just cool to me to find a Cygnus out in an antique store, not, you know, necessarily where you expect to find this sort of, I mean, you expect to find lighters, you just don't expect to find the lighter that you collect. Anyway, certainly more valuable lighters I could have found and have found, but this one brought a smile to my face just the same. It has the fill screw with the gasket still intact. My eyes aren't real good, but I thought that needed to be cleaned off when I first got it, but I think that's just the roughness of the way the aluminum was machined. Now the brass here is tarnished on the flint or spare flint compartment portion of this, at least the outside of it, but that looks to me like it's just the way it was just machined rough. I could be wrong. My eyes are not that good. Anyway, you always have your spare flint there. That knurled brass insert that screws into the fill screw, which is knurled itself. Very handy. Very nice, cool old lighter with the thumb flint tension mechanism. Very unique. Similar on the surface to some others like the Viscount, the Cupid, some other Japanese roller lighters. I've only run into one other that had this exact mechanism that was not labeled Cygnus or Penguin, and I believe it was made by them. It was just branded for a souvenir company. Can't remember exactly what the brand name on it was now, but anyway, very cool flint tension mechanism that once it's installed there, it's all held in place with this one stud or bolt or screw there, and once that's all in place, then you don't need a tool to maintain your flint. Until next time.